Hello everybody, this is Doc LP again. Welcome to part 2 of the Christmas special. This isn't recorded on actual Christmas Day night. This is recorded on the night of the second day of Christmas, actually. I'm hoping that the game already switched to nighttime, so I can go to Jubilife City, just reminisce a bit. This is all this episode is gonna be. It's more of a podcast than it is gonna be a proper Let's Play episode. I'm not gonna further our progress in the actual game. I'll rather just enjoy myself and say some nice things, talk about the game, talk about nostalgia. This is in the end what the channel is about. I don't know if it's the game. I don't think the game has switched to night yet, though it looks like the lighting has already shifted a little bit. So this we got the sunset going on. Yeah, I just changed my mind. I'll probably record another like 10-15 minutes later, but I'll make my way to Jubilife City and talk of some beautiful things. I've always played Platinum on Christmas. I connect the soundtrack and the whole vibe, Pokémon Platinum, heavily with Christmas time, winter time. And playing it in this time especially is beautiful. I also connect, it's so strange, I connect the outfit of the main character with the winter time. Like I've said a bunch of times in this Let's Play already, I've always wanted a hat like his. I've never got one. I might just get one in the future. When the Let's Plays pay off, when I get rich from this playing, I'll buy myself a Pokemon Platinum-esque hat. I'll get a sewing man or sewing woman to make me a Pokemon Platinum themed hat to fit my obsession with the nostalgia of the game. Sounds like a healthy way to spend your money, to me, at least. And either way, I have, still the same. If you've seen part 1 of the Christmas special, the Christmas episode, then you know that I have some light, very minimal Christmas lights on around me. And yeah, the vibe is there, definitely. Had a very nice Christmas. Not gonna talk about it, not gonna reveal anything, any details of it. It was beautiful, I always enjoyed that time of the year anyways. Let's just indulge in the soundtrack. And right now I'm just preparing for the episode, for part 3 of the Christmas special. So I just want to capture this. I'll walk back to Jubilife. And yeah, spend some time there at night later, preparing for it now. Recording this is actually the last checkpoint on my checklist. I use checklists to get the things in my day done. I complete the things on my checklist before I allow myself to rest. Seems to work for me. I don't know if that would work for you, but it's something I've experimented with, something I do. Yeah, that's how I live. Here we are. Come to Jubilife towards nighttime, which I think is very beautiful. We've already got some street lamps on. In Germany there's a series that's called Weihnachtsmann und Co. KG. It's like about the Christmas man, Santa Claus, preparing the presents for the kids all over the world towards Christmas time. And you see like the troubles happening to them as they prepare, and there's like an antagonist. It's very peculiar. It's very childlike. It's a childhood episode. It's a childhood series of mine anyways, so you would expect that. And I used to actually, especially around Christmas time, Christmas holidays, I used to just lay on the couch when I had the spare time. I got as much spare time as I could, to be honest. Like I stole so much time. I was laying there playing Pokemon Platinum or Pokemon Black or Soul Silver, but towards the winter was more Pokemon Black or Platinum Diamond, and I would just play it and have series that I loved running next to it. Like the one I just told you about. Big Time Rush is also a big one. Victorious, all the Nickelodeon stuff. I always wanted to watch Danny Phantom. I've always wanted to see Danny Phantom. I've never truly managed to, because it always would run at strange times of the day or at school, or it wouldn't run at all. It would be like an enigma to me. I always wanted to watch it, never really got to it, which is quite sad since I've always wanted to see it. Let's see if the game is switching to nighttime. I would really want it to switch to nighttime. It doesn't switch to nighttime, that's fine. But I would always be in love with walking around the towns. I would always be in love with all of that. Just what I do now, and that's why I do this channel. That's how I want to do this display. And capturing that. I would always think that Jubilife City is much bigger than it truly is. It's such a small space in the game, but to me it was giant, and I would like go to real cities in real life. Like when I was taken to some big cities in my life for the first time was Hamburg. Hamburg was the first giant city I saw in my life. I would directly connect it to Pokemon City. I would imagine that it's just Jubilife, or like even a smaller city or more near me, because I live in a quite small town and there's not much around us. And the bigger towns that we have, they always resemble the big Pokemon cities to me, and I would always like see the, especially industrial areas, and connect that to the Pokemon cities, and I would always marvel at that. And the music would play in my head. I would fantasize about being in Pokemon with a friend also. One of my dear friends I still have in my life. It's a bit less since we both work in different fields, or we both gone different ways in life, but we try to make the time. We do make the time, and that's the beauty of it. But in elementary school we would always play Pokemon together, like imagine our hometown to be the Pokemon cities. So that was very beautiful, and that's what I like to remember when I am in these cities. Also, what I still do sometimes when I have the mental capacity at the moment, I still imagine the world in that way, just because it brings me joy. And this advert panel was always giant to me. That looked so giant to me. Everything looks giant to you as a child. I find that effect fascinating. And then when you return to certain places, or even when you play a video game again that you used to play, you see how small it actually is. And you compare that to how gigantic video game maps are these days. The new things that are coming out, GTA 6 on the way, the new Zelda that I also play when I have the time. It's really incredible how gigantic these worlds are compared to the DS. And I also think that with the limitations of the DS, you had to really use what you had, and that made it beautiful. Like you had to also use the sound system with the soundtrack, and the soundtrack was limited to the DS to the DS capabilities, and that's how the producers and composers had to dodge these ramifications. Is the word ramifications? I don't know. They had to dodge these obstacles and make something beautiful with limited options, and now you can just upload an MP3 wave file and you'll have that in the game. You know, and now you would have to self-impose limitations to get that same effect, because back then you had to dodge those limitations and you couldn't just endlessly create, and technology is moving towards a stage where you can just create anything, create a second reality almost, and it's moving towards that. That's why I find beauty in these artworks that were created within limitations. That's why I love the music of the DS era so much, any DS game, because it's limited. It's not limitless. You have to make beauty in the frame of the technical abilities or the technical capacity that you had, and that made it very beautiful. Because you had to create magic, and some people say that the new games are more. Every new game is more soulless than the old games, because the old games had to flourish with less, and you had to like give it magic, and then you had to do that through the actual emotion and through the story and through the vibes. And now you can just make a great world, make it look great, and people think that developers pay less attention to the emotional aspect. I don't know if that's true, and I don't know who can objectively say if that's true, but I've also felt that way, I can admit that, and I just find immense joy in these old games because they were created upon limitation, especially the S era, and that might just be because of the nostalgia that I feel for them, and that's a personal thing. It's really a personal thing. Just what it is. And even this Jubilife thing, I would play this 7 years old, then I would return to it at 14 years old, already be nostalgic and like cry to the soundtrack. Literally, I would cry to the soundtrack, missing the times when I was like 7, 8, even though it's only 5 years ago. Now return, being even older, being an adult. Still surreal to me to even say that, being an adult. I often feel like I'm 17. It's often the age I feel like when I'm feeling good. Or when I'm just, my spirit often feels like it's 19, 17 years old. Let me just reload the map and see if it's night, because I would love it to be night. Still not night. That's fine. Well, anyways, like we'll return to this in another episode when it's nighttime. It's no problem. I've actually gone to the left here. No. I mean the other left, the street down here. Yeah, I love the whole DS era, but that's just what I grew up on. And my future Let's Plays will show that before I'll go into any like new games. At least that's the current plan, and I want to spell it out again. I say it so much, but I want to spell it out again. The current plan is I want to show you, if anyone ever finds this is just an archive to me. I want to show the games that truly touched me, and I'll start with the DS era before I go into anything, before I go into newer games, before I go into anything that's on the Wii or on the PS3, on the PS4. I want to be the first thing I feel is my duty to do here is the DS era, and show these magical creations and dive with the willing people into those magical worlds and show you the magic that I find in them. And just walking around here was the magic to me. That is the magic to me. The vibe here, just imagining you're truly there. Like I wouldn't, like when I would play Pokemon, I wouldn't care about the fighting and about the actual Pokemon most of the time. I mean, of course you care about the Pokemon, it's cool, and you like to catch them and fight, of course. I never really liked the fighting though. I would always find much more joy with the music, with the design of the places, with the story. But especially just walking around the world and imagining myself to be there. Then we'll go to the real world, imagine those places are the places in Pokemon. That's it. That hits my nostalgia quite spot on. If someone might relate to that, just want to put it out there. And I would imagine, like, I would even like go to like these houses, for example, and I would like choose a house and say, okay, this is where my character lives now, and then I would like go there. When I would save the game, would like go here or something. Sit down, imagine that he would have dinner now, save the game, return, and think, oh yeah, he just had dinner, continue playing. I would imagine like when you walk towards here, you can't see if there's a door, right? Like if you walk here, like on this wall, you can see, okay, there's no door. But if you go here, like go down here, against the wall, like here, the sound, you can't actually see the wall. And I would imagine like, hey, there's a door here that leads to like the bedroom, and that's where my character lives, or where he sleeps. And I would like then choose the apartments or the house where he could live, and I would like really build a world, and that's where I found joy, and that's what I did with a lot of games. And that's kind of the magic I want to immortalize, because otherwise I'll tell it to my friends. But I just want it to be out there for someone who thinks they're alone with that, because I always thought I was alone with that. And you're not. You're truly not. Like, if you feel this way about games, you're not alone with that, especially with that era. Even with newer games. I mean, I would do it, like, if I was growing up now, I would do it the same thing with the things that are coming out now. The games that are coming out, I would do the same thing. For sure. And, yeah. That's what I got for now. And the plan is now, I'll eat something, and then I'll return to this beautiful city of Jubilife and record some more blabbering, record some more talking, and just, yeah, enjoy myself with you. As this is the 3-partite Christmas special, I'll go into this building actually to save the game. This is very intense music. I've never consciously been in here actually. Let me see where this leads. Oh, that's actually really cool. He would record a show here. That's really cool. That's me. That right there is me doing my let's play. Alright, let me just show you my nostalgia in action. Let me just show you what I did as a kid. We'll do it live. This is okay. We need a computer. I'm gonna show you something real quick. Oh yeah, that's how we do it. Listen up. That's why I used to save the game. That's why I would imagine myself living in this game. Actually, I would like imagine. I remember this. I would imagine there's a door leading down here, like where the character is looking now. Imagine there's my bedroom here. And listen up. Okay, gonna be here. And you can imagine this character right there. It's Dark-Gilpy, let's play this game. There you go, that's me. That right there is me. Let's play the game. That's how I would do it, and then I would save the game, which I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna have my dinner now. Celebrate life like I do. Then return, and I'll do some more talking to you. Talk of what comes to my mind, just give that to you, immortalize it, and yeah, I'll be back. Next episode, part 3. This is part 2. Part 3 of the Christmas special will come. And the peculiar thing is, and just what it is, the Christmas special won't even come out on Christmas. It's gonna come out in January. You can watch it on this Christmas, on the Christmas 2024. You can watch the Pokémon Platinum Christmas special as a relic of time and be nostalgic about Pokemon and life. So that's Dark-Gilpy. That's kind of what I stand for. So thank you.